Hey guys, what's going on? So today I think what I'm going to do, something I've been thinking about for a little bit and have partially prepared for, is I think I'm going to make a Frankenstein motor out of two bad Vg30DETT blocks. These are the two turbo blocks that I've came across in my time. One of them hydro locked, and as you can see, they're all pretty stuck. This won't move at all, won't budge. This engine I purchased and it had a rod knock from the bearings. So basically what I'm going to do is pick the best of both of these blocks, as long as this one doesn't have any damage from the bent rods. And I'm going to switch and see if I can mix and match the internals and use the correct grade bearings off of this engine that did hydro lock, because I assume that the bearings are fine. But either way, we'll find out, because I've got two sets of 40p heads over here, and those are the better side of the heads that were produced for the 300ZX. Essentially they have better flow and porting. Essentially we're gonna get to it. I think our first order of operations here is to flip each of these over and get access to the crank. Take the oil pans off, see how everything's looking, look at the oil pans and see really on this one if there's any damage to the block, because I do remember seeing metal shavings, and see exactly how bad and which of these are bad. So we'll just flip this, remove the oil pans, see what we're working with. Well, got the pans off, and to say the least, it doesn't look too promising. I'm afraid it's trashed, but I'm gonna get my light to show you what each of them have looked like. This the JDM one, 60,000 miles, super clean inside, milky for not sure how water got mixed. Anyways, this one didn't look too bad. Obviously there's been someone in here before, because I just seen that the oil pickup tube is missing. Perfect. This one is probably going to be pretty trashed. Reason being, this is the JDM one. It's no pickup. This is the one that blew. Mad chunks of bearing, I believe to be bearing, as they look slightly brownish. So now what I'm going to do is try to remove as many of these as I can. Yeah, I don't know. We're just going to try to remove as many of them as we can, since we can't even rotate it. The solution we've came up to is this block is toast. Well, not this block, this crank is toast. This block is no good. I mean, it is, but it's got slight pitting in here, and that's really not something I want to deal with. I want to just drop it and go. I mean, this other block's cleaner anyways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check all the numbers on here for this crank to see what its tolerances are. If I have to, I'll check for this block as well. If not, I'm going to switch this crank over into this block, and I'll check to verify like which grade bearings I'll need for main bearings and for rod bearings. I have some ACLs that came with one of the first Z's that I purchased, so I don't know if those will be any good, as I think they're all one size. Wrap both of these up This one at least spins now. Spins very roughly. Surprisingly, the crank gear came right off, or crank sprocket I should say. But this is my first cylinder. Zero bearing. That is absolutely black, burnt, crusted, and absolutely disgusting. As you've seen here, that is all bearing. That is completely welded. There, it's completely welded to the crank. So not only that, but yeah, I'm just gonna switch the cranks, new bearings, and we're gonna send it. I mean, also with these 6, this one is bent. Cylinder 5, I had a bent rod, which is what I suspected was wrong with this. I thought I had multiple bent rods, and that's what was keeping it from running, even turning over. But now we see what it is. Heads were fine. So this video got kind of cut short because I was just going to send it and do all this in one video, but I obviously can't do that, having to order bearings and whatnot. But anyways, if this is something you like to see, drop a subscribe down below. Thank you for checking in, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.